Oh, I'm glad to be here with you guys. Uh, I don't know if you guys heard we had a little bit of a motor vehicle accident in our home this week, so everything's just a little behind schedule. We're glad he's okay. My kid's okay. There's a craft sale here in town tonight that the town really gets behind and really supports, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to make it to that tonight. So I am going to price some things with you guys today while we hang out and have our coffee and rock chat. I might need your guys' help just a little bit. Like, for example, what would you put a price on for something like this? So as we go through, we might do some like reverse bidding where instead of bidding to buy the thing, you guys kind of pitch in and tell me what kind of price we should have on some of this stuff. And by all means, if you see something here that you absolutely need for your holiday shopping purposes or for yourself, let me know. Anyway, that's a pretty little piece, and we'll get into some of this stuff, like I say. uh, might be kind of a long and kind of, I don't know, kind of dull show for you guys, but I got a lot of work to do, and I figured we'd kill two birds with one stone and we'd all hang out together while I get that done. So, also, I wanted to tell you guys a quick story before we jump into this. There's this community game that we play here. Hi, good morning. I'm going to catch up on all the highs and good mornings just as soon as I get my good morning story out here. I love a good feel good story, so we're gonna have one. So there's this game that the whole community plays, and we play it to support the FCCLA kids, the Future Career Community Leaders of America, I think is what FCCLA stands for. When we were in high school, they called it home ec, but that was too politically incorrect, so they changed it to FCCLA. So these kids are trying to take a trip, and the community plays this game to support them, to raise funds for them, where you can get gnomed. What? You're here? Mom's here? I don't see you here. Are you pulling? You can't be here. You're on. Oh, you're here on the live. I'm looking at the driveway. Good, I'm glad you're here, but you better be crafting, Mom. Okay, so my feel good story. Mom's coming up later too to join me in the craft sale. So this game that everyone plays, you can get gnomed. And by that, I mean your yard gets just spammed with gnomes. Gnomes of all shapes and sizes and colors and like gnomes everywhere in your yard. Like tons and tons of gnomes. And you can buy gnome insurance so that your yard does not get gnomed. That way you are gnome proof. Or if you get gnomed, you then pay to have the gnomes moved to someone else's yard. So each time the gnomes are moving, they're raising funds for the FCCLA kids, and you can be sly too if you're not into having your yard gnomed. You can buy gnome insurance, which also is raising funds for these kids. So I think that is just the funniest, greatest. I mean, I was laughing with my boss about this the other day at work, and she said, I've got some family that lives out of town, and when they come here, they compare our little town to like Cleaverville or wherever, like Beaver Cleaverville, like it's just kind of the perfect little quaint community. So anyway, I wanted to share that quick little feel good story. Let me get my other device connected so I can see us and say my good mornings. I see Chubby Hubby. I see Rocky Mountain Bear. I see Cynthia. I forget who else I saw. So good morning, everybody. Thanks for jumping in here and hanging out with us. I'm going to turn the other device on, grab myself a cup of coffee. I should light up the meteorite case too, since it's in frame for a moment. Oh, I'm ashamed. I'm going to get up and move, and you guys are going to see my workshop back there, and it's a total catastrophe. Let it be, though. We had to rearrange the furniture just a little bit. when my kid lost his glasses in his accident and he couldn't see the TV or anything, so I had to shove the love seat right up to the TV, and then I had all this space to set the table up and then to try things out and see how I'm going to set my table up tonight at the sale. So, it's just a little bit cluttered in here right now, but we'll get over it. It's temporary. Oh yeah, a coffee is amazing. Oh, I think we'll just hook the TV up. Volume down. And that way, if I'm quick about it, I can still see your guys' comments. I should plug the tablet in and get that set up maybe halfway through so I can stay participating in the chat. Ah, yes, there are meteorites in this display cabinet back here. Two full sides of it are meteorites. There's a nice little meteorite display like Riker box up there with a bunch of different kinds of meteorites in it. So two full sides of that case are meteorites, and then that turns, that whole inside turns, and on the other two sides I'm starting some earth rock displays as well. My hair is a mess. I apologize. It doesn't matter. I'm at work and I'll get ready for people in a minute. I'm sorry, I'm not ready for you guys. All right. A lot of this stuff I actually have priced already, but I need to go through quite a bit of this and add some prices. So, like I say, I might ask for your guys' help a little bit. Oh, yeah, Rufo saw one the other night. I love when you get one that's worth reporting and you thank you, Bear. You get one that's worth reporting and you can see all and read all the other reports on a witnessed meteorite fall. I'll have to look into that, Bear or Chris, and see when I get off work. When I get done with this sale tonight, I'm gonna check that out and see if that looks like something that we should be encouraging each other to go look for or not. So, but yeah, I love when they're worth it, when they're like super impressive and you report it and it's seen like across 4 states and everybody, tells their version of what they saw. I think that's really a lot of fun. I get a kick out of it. I get a kick out of reading the American Meteor Society's reports. All right. Let's start off with tumbled rocks. I finished another batch. This is the batch I did before. You guys have seen all these. What do you charge for tumbled rocks, guys? A lot of these are really nice pet woods. In fact, I was going to say this whole bowl might be pet wood, but no, there's some, agate-y looking pieces in there. Oh, well, thanks. Nice bowl full of yummy little Skittles for your eyeballs. That's a really pretty piece of agatized pet wood. What would you guys pay for? What would you charge for tumbled pieces? Would you do like 2 for $1? What kind of price do you put on those? Yeah. All right. Thank you. I'm assuming we're putting a decimal right after the 1 and the 2, right? Like I'm reading too. Rufo's still chatting in the chat about what he saw the other night in the sky. I love the night sky. Yeah, I understood what you were saying as well. Yes. Thank you. I got it at the dollar store. I also got some little like dip containers. I think I got those at Walmart. And I've got some glass cabs in there. They're just not wrapped up. Oh, absolutely. The water eats meteorites. Meteorites don't discriminate really on where they land, and they land in the ocean just as often as they land on land or in a lake or whatever, and never to be seen again. No, Chubby Hubby says not $1 or $2 a piece, $100 to $200 a piece, depending on how nice those tumbles are. Thank you, Chubby Hubby. I need to grab my price tags and things that I price things with. Also, I've priced a lot of things. Oh, those are mine. It's like, why aren't those on the table? I've priced a lot of things with like these little leather strips, and I might have to cut a few more of those. There's a nice pen. Let's grab the tape in case we need it, and the paper cutter, and a piece of scrap paper or two, and price tags. Okay, here I come. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Rufo posted in the Discord, and you all just heard the notification for that, didn't you? Okay, let me fix that really quickly so we don't have that again. Okay, it's all done. That won't bother us anymore. Yep, sorry about the boot. Okay, did we decide what would you guys pay for tumbled rocks? What would you expect to see a price on those be? Going once, going twice. I will underprice myself if you guys don't help me. I'm putting 2 for $1 on there. Not either. I think $1 each is pretty fair. I've got some other stuff that I didn't put any time into tumbling. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. It depends on what it is. For speed and fluency purposes throughout this sale, though, I'm just gonna let people decide what they think is worth it and what isn't, and mark them all the same. Make sure I'm not missing. It was you, Rufo. A small variety of tumbles for like $8. Okay, I like that idea too. Okay, Rufo says about $1 each, and even the crummy ones sometimes go for about $1 each. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate your help. I truly, truly do. And we'll try to move through most of this pretty quick so that we're not just looking at me making price tags the whole night. He said a small gift bag, Rufo. That's how many it holds. There. Took me 3 tries, but I made one that's more legible than the other 2. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Bear. I'm doing $1 each. That does sound fair to me. All right. There we go. Labeled, priced. Bada boom. Look at us go. We rock. Okay, those two are priced. And I'm pleased with the price on those. This one was the other day, but I took it out of the bag. Okay, let's see. That one's priced. That one is. Let's see. Okay. I can work on those independently. I don't have as much trouble pricing my jewelry as I do everything else. I've got this little, pardon me, I've got a frog in my throat apparently. Gypsum specimen, and it's got this really nice huge plate on the top, and then as we turn it, you can see all of these really awesome little spiky bits. Self-collected sample, nothing overly spectacular. What do you guys think? I think it's too fragile to ship. Otherwise, I would send this out probably to Jeff. I wanted to get Jeff a nice gypsum piece, and I've got a piece for him, but it's just not quite that. This has got a lot of matrix in it still. I don't know if you guys can see there. Anyway, a price on this, anybody? I know it's a little hard to see when the camera's facing me, but what do you think, guys? That is very interesting, Chubby Hubby. Chubby Hubby just said that he's done the math and it's costing about $1.50-ish with the grit that it takes to tumble rocks, plus the electricity and time with the rinses in between each stage. I would go $2 a piece, but that's me, and would depend on if you found them or bought them. I found them, so I'm not out a dollar or any in the material itself. So that's very interesting. I feel like in lapidary especially, you'll probably never really recuperate your time spent. I feel like as a labor of love, somebody did an interview one time with somebody who said, do what you love and you'll never work again a day in your life. And the guy said, that's bogus, because if you do what you love, you'll work twice as hard as everybody else. And I feel like that's very true. Like, I don't always necessarily even want to be compensated back for my time. For my material, sure, I want to be compensated for my wire that goes into my wire wrapping and for the gas that goes into my vehicle to go rock hounding. You know, that would be nice, but it's my hobby and it's my passion and it's my Zen spot. And so if I can get paid even just a little bit to be in my Zen spot, then I just, it doesn't get any better than that. Some solar powered, I've talked about wind powered tumblers before. The way the wind blows up here, and I get all kind of saucy about it too. I'm like, oh, the wind's blowing. Oh, listen, who invited you, wind? Like, I get all saucy about it, but you know what? Maybe I'd be a little more appreciative if it was rolling my tumbler. I'll be like, yeah, let it blow. Talked about it before. It might happen someday. We'll see. So I feel like in lapidary and stuff, especially, like, I don't think the general public understands how long it takes to find a stone, cut the stone, cab the stone, polish the stone, wrap the stone, price and sell the stone. Like, you know, there's a really lot that goes into it. And like I say, there's just parts of it that you're going to have to accept that you're never going to be compensated for, other than that you get that Zen. And you get to make something beautiful for somebody to appreciate too, or share a neat sample. Let's talk about it, guys. What would you price it at? We've all had a little minute to think about it. Like I say, it's not really anything overly fantastic. It's just a little gypsum specimen. Kind of Kind of a bit toothy though, which I thought was kind of fun. What do you think? I got a couple more here too. We can talk about them all together. I've got a death plate here. Ugh, the focus. What if I lean way in and there we go. Force the background to stop looking at the background. This has got a really pretty piece on this side here. Do you see that piece right there? It's just gorgeous. Big old chonkity chunk of it too up here. This piece self-stands. Oh, the focus. There. So we're looking for a price on that one, or a suggestion of a price on that one. I didn't do a whole lot of prep to that. It's just clear coated. Also have this interesting little death plate. It's a nice little piece. Lots of little, I can't think of their name. Brachyonites. Lots of little pins of the little squid critters in there, and they're fine little points, and there's just tons of them mashed up in there. Anyway, how about it, guys? What should we do for prices on those? What you guys think? Okay, we got a couple of those. And I'm gonna probably do those with the leather wrap. Let's see. Bellamites, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Cynthia, and good morning. I know I'd mentioned you in the very beginning that you was here, but thank you for that help. What are we pricing them at? Like $6 a piece on each one? Are they worth like $6 a piece for the gypsum and the 2 fossil pieces? $7 on the one that stands up. You guys want to see them here? I'll turn them around. Turn you guys around real quick. That vise ain't joking around. My other one has been a disaster. Your sale is live tonight? No, my sale is a physical craft sale here in town tonight. If you guys want any of this, speak up now. Otherwise, I'm taking it to a physical sale this evening. Like I say, this one self-stands. Kind of a neat piece. Is your venue more of a craft fair, flea market, gem, or mineral? It's more of a local craft. Like I say, the community really does come out and support for this. So, you know, I expect some of this to be some pretty exciting things for them to look at. What is the self-stand one? It's the same thing as the little one, just a lot bigger. The pieces, the fossils inside are quite a bit bigger. Just a death plate. Self-standing death plate. Nobody's saying anything. I think I'm going to do like $6 a piece on those. Like maybe $7 on that one since it stands up. Yeah. Okay then. Okay. I have some of these cute little gift cups. I wish that sticker would stay. In fact, I might replace that sticker before the sale. That one stuck really good. It's not going anywhere, but that one just keeps peeling up. I think moving it to a different spot on the cup would be great. Somebody did chime in. with the fossils, I don't know, more like 15, 25. All right.
All right. What about that one? Yeah, it would. Definitely. I'll put that aside for you, Chubby Hubby, and we'll work something out. There we go. That took care of that. $6 each. We'll settle on that. And like I say, Chubby Hubby will work something out there in the next few days where we can get a payment arranged and we'll get that sent to you. Like I say, I've got a lot of different stuff, like just locally collected stuff. There's a little chunk of pet wood. And I thought that wrapping them up in the little leather strips and stuff was a neat way to price and sell them. Is meh. I agree. The bottom one to me is meh. The other death plate on the right, top right, is nice. So yeah, right. Like I'm not so big on the crystals either, but you'd be surprised. There's probably somebody out there who thinks that that is the bee's knees. So I thought I'd go ahead and put it on the table. I have, yes, a PayPal that I can get you hooked up with, Chubby Hubby. I'll send you a message in the Discord when I have a minute. Let's see what else. So anyway, that stuff's all priced. I do have, you guys, some platinum ore from the Stillwater mine up here in outside of Helena, Montana. Whoops, that's an agate that's just hanging out in there. I have some cut and unpolished pieces that are really cool. I see some of the pyrites in the side of that one. Yes, you can. The other fossil piece, yes. I will set that aside for you as well, Rufo. And then I have a whole bunch more of those pieces that are just not as dazzling, so I'll pull a few more of those out of for the sale tonight. Anyway, the platinum ore, I'm not as hesitant to price this. This one, right, Rufo? I'm going to put that one aside for Rufo as well. Because there's not a lot of this, I don't know. I know of one other person who has this material and is selling it, and I wouldn't highly recommend that seller. So I've went with what he charges for it, which I think he did like $4.50, $4 a gram on his polished pieces. So I went ahead and did $4.50 on mine as well. So that makes that a very expensive little chunk of rock. But again, where do you get it? Other than that's the back side of those cabs, by the way. We've looked at those in the past. Do you guys want to look at them again? Oh, well, thank you, Karen, and good morning. I love this big triangle cab, too. It's super pretty. It hasn't got as much of the fancy, textures and patterns as some of these do. But you get the idea. I want to take one of these out. I'm just going to set you guys straight down. I'm sorry. Looking into the darkness. I do apologize. Because this stuff is just beyond wild. And like I say, I just don't know anywhere else you guys can even see this stuff. I should go get the information sheet too, because it talks about that this is a, ultramafic gabbro stone with the palladium and platinum. I don't even remember. Am I missing stuff? No, I don't think so. Big old fingerprint right on the top of that one. And then this one I chose to leave leave the rough edge on. So I do have, like I say, just a little bit of that. I've got some more of that set aside for myself that I'm not ready to part with yet, but it is just such a wild material with the pyrites in it. And then, like, let me go grab the thing. Take you guys with me, and we can read together. Like I say, I haven't memorized it yet. Um, Okay, let me turn you back around now that we went for a little walk. Okay. It's considered the world's highest grade platinum and palladium deposit. It's a mafic layered complex, which is okay. So yeah, northite gabbro, a northsite. Some of the comments are coming into my way as I'm trying to read. So it shows you it's way down here in the south part of the state. That little yellow dot. And there's just another little blip that I grabbed. This isn't a professionally done paper either. This is just stuff that I've copied out of Google so that I can kind of reiterate what I've learned. So anyway, I wanted to get that out anyway for the sales so that if anybody was asking, I could explain better. But yeah, isn't that just the wildest stuff, you guys? I think it's just super pretty. The camera is definitely not doing it justice. Let's see if we can get just it in frame. Of course, I don't have the lights set up over here either. So definitely not helping. I've got a piece of this in my collection that I will never let go of that has a little monster face in it. Oh, I wish we had better light to look at that. Anyway, like I say, I'm pretty confident in pricing that. I just need to get the scale out, weigh them, and do it. A couple of them are already weighed and priced, but a couple of them are not. Okie doke. Turn you back around and put you back in the thing. That the flex were... Karen. Oh, isn't that a terrible feeling when you're done panning through something or screening material and you're like, okay, I have this waste material now and I'm going to go dump it in the driveway. Isn't that just kind of slightly terrifying? You're always like, I wonder if I got it all. I hope I got it all. Here's a story for you guys. Excuse me. My uncle dumped, when you're screening your sapphire dirt, it is terrifying. And you're going to take all of the big materials out of there first, right? And that's the first coarse screen. And my uncle dumped a load of that into his driveway. And I mean, he had some beautiful sapphires. I think we've talked about those in the past as well. And maybe I've looked at a few of those. I've probably sent one or two of those out to people. Maybe not. Anyways, he walked by this rock and rock in the driveway for months, thinking, gosh dang, that sure does look like a sapphire. Like, nah, no way. No way possible there's a piece that, nah. So he continued to walk past it.
Walked past it, walked past it. And finally, one day it just got the best of him. And he was like, oh, fine then. And he picked it up. And he had, in fact, dumped a very large sapphire into his driveway. Thank goodness he finally gave in and picked it up and had a look at it, because, oh, could you imagine? Wow. Literally missing dollars to pick up pennies, like, oh, we'll just dump that. Yeah, it's no good. Let's get these tiny ones instead. Oh, so yeah, I definitely feel that terrifying feeling when it's time to dump the overburden and the waste out. Mm-hmm. Right? Right, Karen? Oh, goodness. All right, I got a couple more pieces here that I need help with, guys. We did the tumbles. Let's see, I got a couple just cute little specimen pieces here. I got a few really that we talked about this one a little earlier. I don't know what it is. This came, sorry, my kid's pink sheet. This came in that stuff that I got at the auction. Like I say, I don't even really know what it is. It's pretty. Shit. Pink sheet only works if I get my eye out of the way too, I suppose, huh? Oh, it was working for a second. I want to focus. Hey, Jeff. Good morning or afternoon. Okay, guys, what would we charge for this? And while you're thinking about that one, let's talk about his little buddy. Jeff and Karen, I have a physical sale to go to tonight, and we're trying to price some of this stuff. Again, I don't know what this is. It almost kind of looks like fire agate without the fire, but it's got all this like points and, druzy sparkle to it. So, the pink is not doing us any favors. Focus, camera. No, it refuses. What about it, guys? 2 pieces. Yellow one, white one. What would we price them at? And hey, Sonia, thanks for stopping in and joining us. I'm multitasking too. I'm doing a live while trying to price things for my sale tonight. Let's just say hypothetically, you were interested in purchasing these. What would you be willing to pay for them? I'm not saying we are, just like I say, let's pretend it's an auction. Where would you get started? You'd bid what on this one to open and what on this one to open. It's fun. You guys get to bid and there's no dent in your pocketbook. Well, thanks, Jeff. A lot of help you are. You buy a lot of rocks. I hoped you'd be able to help from your buying experience. Is that a cute little hole in that piece? It is. Little hole. Nobody. Ooh, I could probably wrap the small one, but I don't know if it'd be a very comfy piece of jewelry. Maybe nice decoration, window decoration or something. All right. I see a couple numbers coming in there. Yes, at your starting pretend bid. Yes, thank you. I see a 5 and a 3. I see a 12 and a 6. All right, so somewhere kind of right in the middle of there, I think also sounds about fair. I know I don't buy crystals either, but I want to have something for everybody. And I did do a local sale, a sale here in town, and that was something I got asked for. What do you have for metaphysical stuff to make? And I was like, lots of people think that quartz is nice. I'm like, I don't really know. So I just want to have, I want to have some crystals and things. There's a 10 and a 5. All right. I want to have some things like that available for people who are wanting to have a cute little shiny crystal on their windowsill or whatever. So Spot, have I said hello to you yet? I don't think I have. Hi, Spot. Thanks for hanging out with us. And Boots in the house. It just got spicy. The ghost just walked in. I don't know if Spot just snuck in on us or, but hi guys, I'm glad you're here. Anyway, like I say, at the other sale, I did get asked about some of the metaphysical things, and things like, oh, my son or my daughter is very into the crystals and the metaphysical things. So is there anything here for that? I want to have those things there for those people. Another comment that I've had. Exactly, right? And thank you for those numbers there, Sonia. I appreciate the input. Um, yeah, and another thing that one of my kids' friends up in high school said, because actually the kids they're quite interested in what I'm doing too. And one of the kids said, "Good, I'm really looking forward to seeing some more things from you, some more interesting things from you." He was excited that I'd went up to the auction and got things, and he was like, "Good, I'm excited to see, more new and exciting things on your table at sales." So, I mean, like I say, he's just a high school kid. He's maybe not necessarily my target audience, but that's honest feedback from an honest, genuine, kid. So I appreciate that as well. So let me grab a couple numbers for these real quick while we visit. Let's see. Okay. Thank you guys for your help with that. Jeff, I don't buy crystal. I know I don't either, buddy. I've seen some stuff though every once in a while that makes me consider, changing my mind about things like that, but yeah, like Crystal Park was fun when I was a kid. I'm not gonna say Crystal Park wasn't fun when I was a kid, because it was, but it's just I'm not in a big hurry to get down there now as a grown up. Although, you guys want to see something really cool that came out of Crystal Park really quick? My uncle, not the same one that found the sapphire in his driveway, but the other uncle. I've got two uncles and they're both a little bit into rocks. My other uncle found this really cool smoky at Crystal Park. So, I mean, if I'd have pulled that out of the ground, I might kind of, have a little bit of love lust for crystals. It's a pretty nice piece. It's a pretty wowzers kind of piece there, isn't it, folks? So, but yeah, a piece like this is exceptional for Crystal Park. You're more likely going to get pieces that look like this, but are usually a lot clearer. You're more often going to get little points. Let's see. you know, little points that are not as nice from Crystal Park. I'm not sure where these came from. These are little smokies. These were in some of the auction stuff that I got. And I just, less than impressed. But again, maybe there's a little kid who is like, Mom, buy me a rock, and I really just need to have this little, I don't, and that makes their day. And then Mom finds it in the dryer later, but at least there was a kid who was happy about getting a rock for a minute. So I don't know. This is like, take the whole bowl or fill a bag kind of stuff here, Bear. Oh. Right? See, sometimes there's a crystal or two that'll make you change your mind just a little bit about crystals. Wowza. I'm going to put it back on our family shelf here. There's a couple other rocks that the uncles have given us that stay here. There's a big geode that my sapphire uncle cracked open, and we have both halves of it down here. And that's kind of a wowzer kind of piece too, really. I'm not super sure where he got this. He did crack it himself though. And like I say, I have the other half down there. The other half's actually more open. This one's pretty full. The other half is more open all the way through, but these are not for sale. These are family rocks. Yeah, rocks that come from the uncles are priceless for us. Oh, smoky that size in any shop. Yeah, well, and Denver's kind of good for a couple of things. When there's a material that is abundant, you find out real quick in Denver that it's abundant, and that drives the prices, right? That drives the prices down because there's a market for it, right? Also, Denver does another thing. It lets you know when there's a product that isn't abundant and drives the prices up for something like that. A lot of the Denver stuff is kind of inflated and kind of, it depends on what shop you're shopping at, what you're shopping for. Are you shopping for crystals and metaphysical things because they're going to sell you a water bottle with some quartz crystals in it for way more than they should? But if that's what makes you happy, then by all means, drink your water filtered through a quartz crystal. Yeah, yeah. I see what you're saying there, Rufo. And that's, as somebody who does everything from hand, I find the rock. I go out and find the rock. I come home and cut the rock. We've been through this. I shape the rock into a cap. I polish it. I wire wrap it. I price it. I sell it. Like I just don't. I could never compete with somebody who's got a vibratory lap or a sweatshop overseas. So, and that's sad that is sometimes our competition, but Sonia, that's it. It really, people are gonna pay for what they want, right? I mean, and unfortunately right now our economy sucks. So I think sales are kind of struggling everywhere. I heard that like for example, ozone, Karen, oh gosh, watching some of your stuff the other night, and you're giving your jewelry away. But I do the same thing, so I can't say anything. But like I would love to have scooped up some of those pieces, but I just have to watch my budget right now, like big time right now. So I think everybody kind of feels like that. So I especially Karen, I want you to know that when we're saying those are beautiful and things, we truly mean it. And we're not buying because we don't think they're beautiful. We're not buying because it's tight right now. However, the holidays are coming up, and I highly encourage you guys to not do the whole chain outlet thing if you can avoid it. Find somebody like myself or Karen who's got a genuine product with all the love and care behind it, the story behind it. So that I just suggest that this holiday season if you can. What else have we got here? Oh, I got some end cuts. I don't know that anybody will be interested in buying them, but again, maybe somebody would love to just use it as a bookend or put it on the shelf. I don't know. But I thought I'd put them in there and see what people, if that was something that locals were interested. So let me grab those really quick and we'll talk about help. We'll do the imaginary bid thing again. And then that was the last swallow of my coffee. What was that? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okie doke. A nice little spray bottle would go a long way right now. Make sure we get one of those rounded up for the sale. There's never they're never far away. A good spray bottle, not in this house. So we've looked at some of the slabs that I've made with these pieces. This is that probably granite. Ugh, the focus. And maybe I shouldn't have wet it first. This has got a lot of that feldspar flash in it. And it's just a little end cut. It's all covered in that crud that we can never see through. What do you guys think? Would you even try to sell it? Like I say, somebody might like to set it in the windowsill. Have a look at it. It is really kind of pretty, and the light isn't doing it justice. It's quite blue and red purple. This is what we've called the bubblegum rock. The whole time we've called this the bubblegum rock. We caught that blue in there for just a second, but and then there's that feldspar. Like I say, it really is quite a pretty rock. Excuse me. And then I have this interesting chert end. I think it's chert. It's like I say, I think it's interesting. It's texturally kind of bizarro, and even on the inside, it's pretty. There's not hardly any feldspar flash at all in this, which a lot of my rocks have, but yeah, like I say, just kind of a chert. And it looks kind of black and gray on the screen, but we get a little bit of brown in here, and it's more of like a blue-gray, again, than really black and white. Anyway, kind of a nice little piece. Nice little window display specimen if you chose to just stick it in the window or put it in a flower pot and it's there like a little headstone looking at you. Anyway, imaginary bids on the bubblegum rock. Don't feel bad if you say $1 because I don't know even if anybody would ever be interested in that. Even numbers only, please, because we're not taking quarters. Bidding on the bubblegum rock. Okay. Rufo chimed in. Anybody else? Remember, it's imaginary bidding. Okay. And on the blue-black shirt. Okay. Sonia gave me a number there. Chubby hubby. I was like, what is he talking about? And I'm like, oh, I just said to put it in your plant like a little headstone. And he was talking about a little rock riddle. It's, I'd venture to say maybe even politically incorrect what he said. We should put an inscription on here. I agree. All right, we got a couple numbers on here. Thank you guys. You guys are I appreciate you so much. I can sit here for a long time and go back and forth and just back and forth, and it helps to just let's do this together. Let's get her done and get a number on this stuff and not suffer. We don't have to suffer through this, so we can make this fun. And we've got one more end cuts that I've pulled out to try. And they are the one's a little bit bigger, one's a little bit smaller. This one. Again, that quartz is quite blue. And then this, it's almost feldspar-y looking stuff because it will catch a flash every once in a while. Maybe like, I think Barrett mentioned maybe dolomite in there. And he may be very right about that. And then the little black spots, whatever they are. Mostly I'd say just quartz, just a big kind of quartz chunk with that stuff happening in it. Kind of a chunky thing, kind of different. All right. Okay, I see some numbers. Mm-hmm. I took some slices out of this already, and I feel like I've got plenty of this already. Oh, yeah, what about UV on this? That's a very good question. If I remember right, it wasn't as fantastic as some of the others, but let me make sure of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The only thing that really pops is the veins. And that's probably some kind of like a caliche that's, worked its way into the cracks of this stone rather than any part of the stone itself. Just, yeah, not as fantastic as some of the other rocks I've cut. Let me check. The other two aren't exciting either. But yeah, that was a good question because that kind of looked like the kind of stuff that could be pretty. Blue purple too. Yeah, I kind of maybe thought I saw that in the camera up in this part of it, but it's not. I've got actually a little UV section just over here. And let's look at it really quick. All right. So we can get into this little piano bench here
with our black light and check out some of we've got some little septarian halves here, cut and polished. There's a cut and polished pet wood piece. Here's just some little, septarian crystals. Again, nothing too exciting. There's a couple of UV cabs in there. This light needs a new battery big time, but you can see it pop. Just the little smokies, they're not UV reactive. This geode is quite UV reactive, and then these are the little crystal agates that glow green. Rufo's got a couple of those. I got some little obsidian pieces down here that obviously aren't going to pop either, but they went in here. Check it out, you guys. Aww. When it dings, it's such a pretty little noise. While we're over here, what would you guys charge for that? It hangs straight when I help it hang straight. I've had it straighter and I will get it that way again. It's just a matter of bending the wire just a little bit to make it hang flat. But there's a pet wood dinger. I'm going to call it the dinger. Little pet wood dinger and some little agate pieces. And the pretend bidding starts now on the Petwood Dinger Agate Wind Chime Suncatcher Bonanza. Oh. Sun flares are messing up the interwebs, Bear says. 25. I reject your reality and substitute my own. Thank you for your input, Bear. Chris. I think I might do just a smidge bit more. Yeah, just a smidge bit. Anyway, like I say, here's my little UV booth. I got a little bit more work to do over here. 35, 25, 35. More, says Sonia. It's got such a pleasant sound. Aww. All right. Thank you guys for your help with that. That's okay. Without okay, I see your numbers there. Without your guys' help, I do that and I do it for far too long. So, like I say, grab the power of the community here and that way I'm not standing there going, that's way off. We all kind of have an idea. I mean, we're all kind of rock people. So, like if I was asking you to help price, my mom's going to bring some wreaths and some, ticky tacky. And that's going to be a struggle for me because I don't have a clue what kind of product it is, what kind of price she put into it, what kind of time she put into it, so I just don't know how to start. I mean, I can look at something and say what I would pay for it, but that's just the one person's input, right? Where when I ask you guys and we get several different numbers, that helps me from losing my mind. I have looked back at some of my prices and went, what the heck was I thinking? Why don't I just give it away? So to avoid doing that to myself, and Rufo, you would have just done that to yourself right there, and so like, let's grab this whole great big community. This isn't a big job. We're just hanging out and chatting. I don't have a lot left to price, but I could have probably spent the next 4 or 5 hours doing what really could only needs to take an hour. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that mass mentality to keep me moving and keep me on track. If it sounds reasonable to a bunch of us, then it's probably pretty reasonable. I have no idea, Bear.
The agates in the wind chime were purchased at the estate sale. So I don't know. Kind of looks like Montana agate to me, but I won't say for sure. Gonna grab a couple prices for the cut rocks and for the wind chime. I want to put actual price tag on the chime though. So let me hear my actual wind chime outside. I can't believe how, you guys, I can't believe how nice the weather is here right now. Unseasonably nice. Went to work the other day. My boss was like, dang, it's nice out here. I said, I know if I got any nicer, I would have to call in sick to work. He's like, oh, you're funny today, aren't you? Yeah. Rufo, I don't smell you. Not all the way over here, no. I've smelled California before too. I've smelled you when you're burning on fire. So must not be too strong because winds haven't carried it my way yet. Let's see. Okie doke. Artichoke. Let's just set that right there. I'll work on getting it on there when we're done. I've got another bowl of pet wood over there so that we're not all confined to one side. Let's get a price for those as well. And what else do we have here? Let me have a look real quick. I think that was the last one, guys. Sorry if you guys are looking at my butt right now. Yeah, I feel confident putting that out. Sure. Pretend bidding starts now. The boys bought up my death plates. So let's grab some other local fossils to put on the table. Some kind of a big clam? Couldn't tell you what this is. I know it's a fossil and it looks like some kind of a clamshell to me, but I'm a prairie girl and I don't know my sea bugs. Yes, perfect. Yep, agree with that statement, Rufo. Thank you for your input. That is a big old chonker. Yeah, I've seen a couple of these come out locally that are considerably bigger, but that's not a bad sized one. Only because it is broken. It is broken, but that makes it display kind of nice. All right, so we had a little price come through on him. Okay. And thanks, Jennifer. Hey, if you're just now reading about the Maybe somebody should tell Jennifer in the chat. Let's see. Maybe I can get her done. No, that's not working. Somebody want to tell Jennifer she might want to refresh? Yeah, Bear, but we never unlearn something as hilarious as the Chichitos fossil. That was epic. Oh my gosh. I don't dislike this. We could put this one out. This is a nice little piece. You can see the sutures. Nice little end. Just the one little fossil in there, though. I did polish it. And not clear coat it either. Just I polished it. Right? Bear said that's a good one. It actually really is not bad. I wish you guys could see the sutures just a little better. Like I say, I'd be proud to put that on my table. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's probably just a smidge high. But thank you. Yeah. Here, you guys, this is kind of a cool piece. Well, let's see. We are all still agreeing. Okay. Okay. I see some inputs on that one. This is a fun one. Looks like a couple of nuts. And these, I think, are the brachiopods. I always want to call everything a kind of a combination of these. I want to always call them like brachio. Oh, some things. Let's see if I can break it before we buy it, huh? Does it stand? Let me see. Absolutely. I just want to see it stand. If we had a little turntable. It didn't break. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, these kind of like come out of the septarian nodules and stuff. Sometimes you kind of have to tease them out. Sometimes they're pretty locked in there, but these all kind of came out this way. So anyway, I think that's an interesting piece. I really do. It's not the most dazzling. Yeah, they're brachiopods, but let's not brachiopod them. Like I say, it's not the most visually stunning. They're not covered in ammonite or, they didn't take a beautiful polish or anything like that. But what a cool little specimen. Well, and the reason why I have a hard time putting a higher price on some of this stuff is because it is abundant in my backyard. But just because it's abundant in my backyard doesn't mean it's not the coolest thing somebody's ever seen. I don't know what this is, but oh man, like, is it a piece of shell? The polish that took. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm just showing it to you guys. I don't know what to how to label it in any way or why. It's kind of a cool piece. Yeah, I think we'll roll with. There's like 3 pieces. There's 3 good sized false pieces. I should take better care of this one. This is a nice piece too, and the sutures in it are quite nice. But look how much nicer it would be if I took it to the rock saw and got some of that matrix gone. So that's just not quite ready to go yet. Here's an ammonite, but I'm not ready for it to go yet either. It needs a little more prep work. But yeah, so like I say, I just wanted to have a little bit of everything so that there's something for everyone. Hey, Al. It's been a busy week for me too. All right, let's see. Settle on some prices here, and let's just do it trigger style. Let's not dwell on it too much. You guys have given me a couple of perfectly reasonable suggestions here. And all right, we did that. This poor little wobbly tripod, I can see you guys over there bouncing, and I'm really sorry if that's making you feel like you're riding the waves. But when it rains, it pours. And my tripod really broke. We gotta like maybe glue it back together. Maybe. Might fix the problem. I don't know for sure. Let me go refill real quick, guys. Feel free to join me if you need to refill your beverage or find a snack. Please do so now. Puppies are a lot of work, aren't they? Yeah. Kids are a lot of work too. All right. I think that's about everything that needed priced. Like I say, I got to weigh up some of that platinum ore still. I am selling that by the gram rather than just shooting from the hip and finding a round dollar amount to do. You guys want to see the rest of the table really quick? Bear. Bear, your dogs are gorgeous. And they seem very well behaved. I don't know why you couldn't find a dog sitter for just a minute. Okay. So we put the little you know, they're slabs with like a, you know, fossil wrapped up on it, or they're, you know, a really pretty piece with a natural hole in it that we took advantage of. Anyway, there's a few of those on the little tree. Like I say, I had another bowl of tumbled rocks and then just some rough rocks that are bagged up in there. This is all a big stone bowl full of cabs. Some really cool stuff in there if you take your time and kind of poke through it. I'm hung up on my my tripod. We've got Prairie Girl Rocks bath bombs, and we've got Prairie Girl Rock Salute crates.
We've got some slabs. Of course, that's, you guys know, that's just the tip of the iceberg on the slabs. We priced up some we priced up some sparkly rocks together today. We priced up the ends together. We priced up the fossil rocks together. You guys helped me out with the tumbles. I appreciate that. We've got some Prairie Girl Rocks merch, and we got some rough rocks and some jewelry. And then, like I say, the little UV display down there in the bench. So I think for the most part, we've got her done. We're ready to rock and roll. There's still some room on the table for Mom to come add some of her stuff. Like I say, she's got some wares, some ticky-tackies that she's gonna bring down for the sale, add to my table. The more the merrier, right? So, yeah, that's about all I know for now. Chubby Hubby and Rufo, I've got some rocks for you boys. Like I say, let me finish my day this afternoon. I got to get myself cleaned up and ready, and also do just a tiny bit of housework here, like fold up some of the blankets on the couch so that Mom's got a place to sit when she gets here, and then hit that sale tonight. I'm going to probably be pretty exhausted after that. So maybe tomorrow is a good day for me. Thursday is also my day off from my real job, so maybe I'll drop you boys a line tomorrow and we'll set that ball in motion. I'm not in a hurry. We'll get those out probably before the end of the week, maybe the very beginning of next week, is as long as we've got an open discussion about what to do with it. So yeah, no big deal. But yeah, you won't hear from me probably before tomorrow on that. Like I say, my kid was in a pretty horrific motor vehicle accident. Cracked rib, one up high, and bruised the lung. So we have to wake up every hour on the hour and do breathing exercises. But I'm just so absolutely thankful. You guys, if I didn't have enough to be thankful for already this Thanksgiving, I absolutely, truly do have enough to be thankful for now. I'm glad that I have a kid to wake up every hour and do a breathing treatment with, because that was a really bad accident, and it could have very easily, I could have very easily not had a kid at the end of that. So I'm pretty exhausted though. It's a lot. And he lost his glasses, so we have to make an appointment with the optometrist, and we had to do a follow-up with the actual family practitioner, and he's actually doing really well, Karen, and everybody who's watching. He's doing remarkably well. I think that youth being a little bit bendy might have still helped him out a little bit there, but yeah, that's actually what he's doing right now. Is his dad ran him into town to go see the eye doctor, and hopefully get some new glasses coming on the way. He looks naked without his glasses. So, but yeah, doing really well. And aside from just having to constantly do that breathing exercise all through the day and through the evening so that he doesn't get pneumonia, I mean, that's nothing compared to what it could have been. So yeah. He watches a cartoon called One Piece. Anime, I guess not cartoon. It's an anime called One Piece, and the main character Rufy, I should know. Anyway, he's always quite bendy and stuff, and it kind of reminded me of that for a minute. Yeah, thank you, Rufo, for wrenching that wrench there. Oh, Andrew's in the house. Andrew, I didn't see you there. I'm glad you're here. And Sandmaker too. Yeah, I think Bear said the other day it's a good thing that the prairie produces tough kids. couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, couldn't be closer to the truth. I mean, sorry, I'm trying to read and speak at the same time, and it doesn't always work out. So, yeah, we're real glad. His buddy's doing pretty good too. They were almost ready to send him home yesterday, and then he got a little bit lightheaded when they stood him up, and so they wanted to keep him for one more day. So I think honestly my kid's going to be back to school before the end of the week.
In fact, I wonder if he won't catch a couple hours of school this afternoon, just depending on how tired he is. Like I say, we're getting mini naps all through the night. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, you guys, that I'm happy still. I'm thankful, more thankful than ever before. And trying to just keep pushing forward here. Hopefully, like I say, this small town is really, really great. Um, they're gonna come out tonight in full force and support this annual stroll that we've been doing for. You gotta be tough. Exactly. So I hope to make a few extra bucks for the holidays. I think that you know what we've been through this last week, it would sure be nice to just have a few extra bucks for the holidays and be able to spoil ourselves a little bit and enjoy our time with each other. We have a thing we like to do. Have you guys ever done the saran wrap ball? My boys really like doing the saran wrap ball for Christmas. So, oh, hey there. How's it going, Kyle? So, we get things like, candies and money and maybe a scratcher ticket or something, a little trinket. So, funny little, I think one year my boys were all into Bob Ross for some reason. And so we had like Bob Ross mints, mint tins and things like, and you just start wrapping and you wrap it all up. So Andrew says, yeah, that's fun. You wrap it all up in saran wrap until you get a pretty good sized ball. And then you take turns shaking the dice. And the person who is unwrapping while you're shaking the dice gets to continue unwrapping until you roll a pair. And as soon as you roll a pair, the whole thing shifts to the next person. And then it's their turn to unwrap while the next guy's trying to roll a pair. And it keeps going. And so everything that comes out of that saran wrap ball when it's your turn to unwrap is yours, whether it's money or, So my kids, they really get a kick out of that. It's intense. You're, shouting, like, come on, come on. You want the guy to roll a double so it can get back around to you and you can get in there. So as they're getting, they're older, they're 15 and 18. It's, you don't surprise them at Christmas anymore. They know it's coming and they know that they're probably going to get something kind of practical or something that they've kind of wanted. So that's a great way to really get the excitement up. And as a family too, we cuss at each other, we shout, we yell, we bang the table. It's a ton of fun. So I'm looking forward to being able to, to just kind of splurge a little bit and do fun things like that for the holidays with some of this money that hopefully will kind of come home with a little bit tonight. And if not, then like I say, it's a community thing. What a great little town we live in. So I'm glad to just go and socialize and listen to the Christmas carols. All the little kids will be down there singing their Christmas carols. Santa comes to visit. Santa comes to visit, and they get so excited. So it's so fun. So fun. Like I say, my kids are beyond that now, but a lot of my neighbors and friends and community members still have those kids who get that sparkle in their eye. Oh, no, Kyle. uh, uh, I've never lost anything in my shop, and I've never spent more than a few minutes looking for something. I'm lying. I like to say that I'm kind of a savant. Like I can remember all the rocks, right? Like, and I do to like a really incredible extent. But there are times when I've got the kids, hey mom, sign my permission slip. Hey mom, or whatever's going on. And I'll set it and forget it. And I'll spend the next, not just several hours. You're lucky you're only at hours. I've done it for days. Who in here has looked for something in their shop for days? If it's not your safety glasses on your head you're looking for, you're probably like legitimately, we won't make too much fun of you for it. But when it's like, where are my glasses? And they're right on your head. That's when we're like, aha. Yeah, Rocky Mountain Bear raised his hand, still looking ozone. Ooh, dang. And you start wondering things like, did the couch eat it? Did I suck it up the vacuum and never notice? Like, and I've been afraid to vacuum before because I'm missing that sapphire still, or things like that. So sometimes your world just like kind of falls apart around you, and your friends are like, "Hey man, I don't mean to pry, but when's the last time you vacuumed?" And it's like, "Yeah, I really want to, but be a true friend and get down here in this carpet with me and help me find this sapphire." Friends don't let friends get addicted to rock hounding. They help friends get addicted to rock hounding. And also, friends help friends look through their carpet for lost sapphires. That's what true friends are there for. Mm, you guys. Oh, let's see. Oh, maybe Sasquatch took your stuff. Maybe Sasquatch is a closet lapidarist. And he's over there shaking his head saying, "Everybody thinks I'm just a Sasquatch, but really these hands are nimble and dainty and..." Jennifer, thank you. Normally I don't lose things, but when I do, there was probably a small child involved. Yeah, Kyle, I think I've told the story here before, so I'll tell it super quick. But my wallet and my television remote came up missing one time for quite some time, weeks. And my kid had put them in my Christmas stocking, and I didn't know. And so Christmas morning rolled around, and I'm dumping my stocking out, and out comes the television remote and my wallet. Oh, and my wallet, thank God. And I'm like, "Thanks, son. It's just what I always wanted." "How'd you know?" And he was like, "I thought you wanted those." Yeah, really bad. I really badly wanted my wallet, like all week. Oh, so yeah, sometimes they're just trying to do you a solid, man, and they don't realize how traumatic missing your wallet can be. I can get by without the TV remote, but my wallet? Oh. That was another thing. I may put some of just a couple pieces maybe up here with like the platinum ore and some of the more expensive things that I have. I may put a couple pieces of that fire agate out there. What does, not grade A fire agate, like B grade fire agate go for? You set a fire once? I did too, but luckily I got away without it and didn't get caught. I caught my carpet on fire in my bedroom. I was lighting perfume on fire. Don't ask me why. And my brother came in and startled me, and I spilled the perfume, and it went across the carpet, this little blue flame. And I was trying to put it out, and the more I stomped on it, it just splashed around, right? And I got it put out pretty quickly, but my brother was standing in the doorway, like in shock, looking at this blue flame across the carpet. And I was shouting at him, "Go get water, go get water." And then all of a sudden he was like, "I'm gonna go get water." And he came back with like, he had spilled all the water the whole way to the bedroom and came back with like this tiny little of water. And by that time I had already had it put out, but I had like this dual length carpet. Some of the carpet strands stood up straight and were tall, and some of them were folded over, and it made a pattern, like let's say like a camel pattern or something in the, and I just trimmed the burnt tops of the carpet off and it looked like it was the folded over spot, and you couldn't even tell that I burnt the carpet just a little. Almost burnt the house down. So, and thanks to my brother for, "I'm gonna go get water." What a great idea. Would you do that, please? Oh, yeah, just keep that in mind as you're raising children. I probably earned it if my kids almost burned my house down. I probably burned it. It's terrifying too. We got the fireplace back there, and sometimes I come home and they've got that thing just rolling, and I'm like, I'm slightly terrified. Sometimes that we're gonna like melt down the chimney and stuff. So fire's not a joke. Really, really not a joke. Fire scares me. I admire those who play with fire, Karen. Bear, do you play with fire when you melt your metals, bend your metals, or is it all just the good old big iron? You don't want to know about my pickle pot, Sonia? Somebody put that on a t-shirt, please. Oh yeah, fire is good when you are its master and commander, but when it makes you, when it takes over and has a mind of its own, it scares me. Oh my goodness. You don't want to know about my pickle pot. That's going down in history. Oh, that's awesome. I've always wanted to sit down and do it like a skit. Me and my brother will go back and forth sometimes about how really innocent rock phrases can sound really not innocent. And I've wanted to sit down and do a banter back and forth where we just, and that's got to be one too. Like, you don't want to know about my pickle pot. Oh, yes, Bear. I would love to see that. I actually really would. You better send me that link, please, or I'll bother you about it until I do get it. Oh, but one of the sons shot BBs in the kitchen cabinet doors. Oh no! Oh no. Uh, BB guns are bad too. I mean, they're okay, right? When they're used right. But how many kids have improperly used a BB gun? Oh, you guys. What are you talking about there, Spot? Oh my goodness, Bear. Bear says smoke alarms going off, family running in the room during the live stream, dogs barking and all before the metal turned into liquid. Yeah. Oh. And Karen says she's been there. Oh, Rufo got shot in the back by his brother with a BB gun when they were little. My dad got shot right in the belly button. His buddy stuck his BB gun right in his belly button and lodged one in there. I think my dad just has a BB in his belly button. I could be wrong. That could be just a story, but did they get the BB out of your back, or you're okay, or you get to wear it for the rest of your life? How's that work? It's catching up with me. I need to take a bio break really quick, and probably when I come back, we'll probably say our sayonaras because it's going to be time to go start setting up here soon, and I got to clean up a little bit and then box all this up and move it. So, um, let me go, like I say, have a quick little bio break, and we'll come back and finish this off. You guys are great. I needed I needed to have a couple of good chuckles today and some adult time. Mm. Oh, goodness. You're going to shoot your eye out. Oh, yeah, that was a good one, you guys. Woof, duh. So, also, let's see. Oh, you thought it would bounce off of you. Yeah, we knew better too, but we still did a lot of stuff we shouldn't have. Mm. I haven't been cutting a lot lately, guys. I don't want any kind of oil vapor up in my air right now with my kid in the condition he's in. So we're taking a little time out from the saw, from the big saw especially. Um, which is fine. I've got plenty of other stuff I can focus on, wire wrapping and things like that. I did bust out a couple of new pieces the other night. I was quite delighted with this one. I don't know if I love the bottom, but I do like the piece. I like the colors and I like the glass. So I've got lots of other stuff to keep me busy other than running the saw, although that's what I want to be doing. It's okay. I'm really glad that I have stopped and done some of that stuff because I am quite pleased with how some of that stuff's turned out lately. So, what else is going on? The Obsidian Week, does that finish? Did it finish? I can't remember. It must be. I was gonna say it must be over, but maybe it didn't start yet the last time I mentioned it. I can't recall. Anyway, I do got to cut some little leather strips. Like I say, I think it's nice to price everything with the cute little leather strip on it. So I'll probably go ahead and cut some strips for some of these pieces that we priced together today and see if I can't get those neatly put on there. Yeah, that's what I have going on. I think it was Karen this last week. So it must be the podcast coming up this week. And there's been some really neat stuff going around. I haven't been able to keep up with everything. I sold my saw and shipped. What the heck? I gotta go back. All week. I think so too, Karen. I think that, and I've seen a couple of those come out already, and I have not had time to watch them yet. Um, Also, there's been some other really exciting stuff going on, some other really cool videos and stuff. Soul was live again the other day. I missed it. Soul, I'm sorry. Um, and then I saw that it was available to watch the other night, but I just was too tired. Um, this week, it will be an awesome podcast. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of you guys out there are as well looking forward to it. And there was a live meteorite sale on Topher Spin Meteorites. And I think he broke that down into a 4-part published video that you can go back and watch now. If you've ever considered making a meteorite purchase, I highly suggest Topher and Sue at Topher Spin Meteorites. The live sale though it's discounted prices right now through the rest of the week. And the thing that I like most about buying off of the sale is that you're getting a video of the rock rather than just maybe one or two still frames on a listing. So Kyle's going to be posting an Obsidian video. And thank you, Bear, for throwing the wrench around. Rufo's going to go shower so that he can put some content out there for us. And yeah, Karen said thank you to the bear. Yeah, so Soul has done so. Oh, and I saw Al had another video out the other day. He might remind us in the chat what it was about, but I just didn't get a chance to watch a lot of stuff this week. We had a pretty exciting week around here. Oh, thank you, Bear. Yeah, like I say, I think he broke that into a four part video series. So like, let me just be honest with you guys. Things like Martian meteorites, lunar meteorites, some of that stuff can be quite out of this world prices, pun intended. Um, but there's a lot of stuff that is, within almost everybody's budget. So if you've ever considered it, go check those videos out, and maybe you'll see something there that just really delights you and has a more terrestrial price probably too. So yeah, I'm just warning you guys, if you want to jump into meteorites, I wouldn't suggest jumping into lunar and Martian. I'd suggest jumping into something a little more ordinary. But yeah, thank you, Bear. And Sonia, you have a great day too. Thanks for hanging out in my living room with us today. I think we've all enjoyed our company of each other today. I think that's one of the really important things about our community and hanging out. I think the topic isn't always as big a concern as just the opportunity for us to spend some time together. So, yeah, enjoy your shower. We'll smell you later. I might not get to catch up again like today, not catching up on YouTube videos today. I'm packing up and getting ready to go to this local sale. Angie, you made it just in time for the song, Angie. And then also, my mom duties as well. We're gonna have a lunch break here soon. In fact, he'll be interrupting us right now for his lunch break. And oh, he made a cameo even. And then dinner time and all that stuff before we get done with the night. So I got a lot to do. I appreciate you guys' help today. I cannot tell you guys how helpful that was. It was a little odd and unusual kind of style of a show today, but it was fun. It was fun, and I'm glad that you guys were really helpful. Like I say, I get really lost in my own mind when it comes to that and have some really weird debates with myself. So Jeannie's world, is that Janine? Sorry, that went away before I really got to spell that out. Hello and welcome. We're glad you're joining us. Janine. So yeah, thanks again, guys, for your help. If you go through and watch the replay and there was something in there that you were like, holy cow, I wish that I'd have spoke up and purchased that, get in touch with me. If it doesn't sell at the sale, it'll be available for you guys. So yeah, like I say, the holidays coming up and stuff. If like I say, shop from some of us if you guys can. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and our community too. Like I say, our community is really tight knit, and we take care of each other really well up here. You kind of have to when you get locked into a 40 below winter with an 80-mile-an-hour wind, and we can all just barely function. You kind of have to. You're in it together. No one is exempt. No one gets out of that. We're in it together. So we kind of help each other out. We kind of have to. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go mingle around and highs and smiles. And like I say, the little kids and stuff. I'm so excited. Oh, Bear is just rocking the wrench today. Yes, we love you too, Sandmaker. Have a great rest of your week. Everybody have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much for your help and for hanging out and all your community support, your community, you guys, all the shout outs about my kid and your support there. I just appreciate you guys, and I'm so thankful. My heart is just full this week, you guys. I am so thankful. So thankful. So I just want to spread that around a little bit. I just want to, you guys, we're pretty lucky to have each other. So anyway, let's do the thing. Let's sing the song, and we're going to go have some lunch. The kids and I are going to have some lunch, and then I got to get ready for this sale. So thank you guys. Sing along if you know the words. Pretty rocks out on the prairie. Pretty rocks are everywhere. Pretty rocks for us to look at. Pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue bruise on his cheek. And all everything but that is very pretty. And they all are everywhere. Thank you guys. Thanks. Oh, one of those wrenches, throw out the Bears channel in there too. He's got some very interesting content. Prairie Gumby, there he is, the bendy man himself. Thanks, guys. We'll do better soon. We'll have some lights set up and we'll have a real show here really soon. But yeah, and Rufo, you guys, thanks. Thanks for sharing all the links in there. You guys all rock. Love you guys. Be thankful, be grateful, be happy. May your hearts be full and your week be fast and exciting in only good ways. We'll see you guys.